one. What are you looking for?
I'm looking for a topic. Is what I'm looking for because
Crap.
it's that darn Dedeker. Every week he says, "What are you guys going to talk about next week?" And then last week he said, "What are you talking about?" And I said, "Busy Works," because I know they're coming up, and I'm excited about having Casper on. And I got the date wrong.
Dang it.
He's coming on next week.
Well, I know one thing we can talk about. What we're streaming with.
Okay. That gives a whole 2 minutes.
Exactly.
Going to YouTube and Facebook.
Perfect. And we're using VMix Pro version 20. Are we still using 22?
We're still on 22.
22.
23 is beta, I think.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So we're still at 22. NDI and USB 20X cameras from our buddies at PTZ Optics.
Yep, we've got the X-Keys mouse mat.
And vMix Social on our Kindle Fire. So shoot some comments in the chat. And if we like them, we'll bring them up.
Maybe. And of course, we're using the X-Keys XKE 124 T-Bar with the video switcher key set.
Which is still working very well.
It's so pretty. I say that every week, but it is.
It is.
What's that?
Uh-oh. It's my banana. Hello?
Wait, is that who I think it is?
Well, on the banana phone, it can only be Tim.
No way.
If there's only a way to add him to our production.
Maybe.
I'll tell you what. I'm going to try to cram this into the X keys, and we'll see if it adds an input. We're going to try, Tim.
It's him.
It worked.
Magic. Look at that.
That is some magic right there.
It totally worked.
Oh, he's there.
That's one of the fantastic
I couldn't hear him
new
because I didn't
features
have my
in
headphones
vMix 23.
That is a great feature. I love it.
Jam a plastic banana phone into an X keys. You can magically make people appear from wherever you like.
That's amazing.
You guys are so clever.
We do what we do, but we couldn't do it without the X keys. We need to be able to use that as well. So.
I mean, it's true.
Wow. Man, you're really saving my bacon here because I'm
saving the day. I've got 2 minutes to go.
2 minutes.
So I wanted to be the first guest that stuck to the 5-minute limit. So I have exactly 2 minutes left on the show before things go terribly wrong.
Oh
so I want to make sure that I'm the first guest to actually do it. So that's the plan for today for the next 1 minute 47 seconds.
Okay, what do you want to talk about? You got 1:45 left.
Okay, we've just released vMix 23 Beta, which has a bunch of cool new features like SRT, NDI 4.0, a bunch of other things that I can't remember right now, new web browser input, a bunch of different updates and changes to different things, more audio buses, all sorts of stuff. All continue to work with X-Keys, as everybody knows that X-Keys works with vMix flawlessly, as you guys should know, as I'm sure you probably already said on the show prior to me calling you on the banana phone. So that's the beta. If people want to check it out, they can go to our forums, just forums.vmix.com. And that's my 1 minute spiel done. And yeah, excited to have 23 out of the way because we've been working on 24 for a while, and we're hoping to have upgrades to the instant replay, which already works with the X-Keys instant replay, but it'll be actually nice to have new features and new functionality that we can actually use with the new X-Keys instant replay controller that is now out after many years.
And now with banana phone support.
Exactly, that's absolutely true. And I'm glad that I'm not at home right now getting emails about how they make this technology happen, because that hologram thing, took on a life of its own. So unfortunately, I don't want to be there for that.
It really did. Okay, we're down to 15 seconds. I think Spiny would probably like to come in and say hello. There's Spiny waving at you.
Hi, Spiny.
Says hi.
Hope you're doing well.
We got our official streaming Mascots Alliance membership badge on. One. Oh, okay. Bye, Tim.
Bye.
Close.
Bye.
Close.
Oh. We don't have much. There. Now we have
Wow.
audio.
You got under the 5 minute mark.
I'm impressed.
Phew, that's great. That I actually managed to make it. I didn't want to. I wanted to be that. I don't know whether have you ever actually gone under 5 minutes before?
In our first few shows, like when we were
Actually,
first starting
sorry,
out, we were under
pull
5.
you up.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, right.
But then we started doing some research on this and realized that you get your most engagement after 20 minutes or right around the 20-minute mark.
Oh, right. Okay.
So
Gotcha. So the whole 5 minute thing was probably not a great idea.
but we had all the graphics made, so
I mean, we're just running with it.
Yeah, that's right. If something's already done, why bother trying to fix it? Just readjust
Exactly.
everything else.
besides, who wants to watch 20-minute
Once
Friday?
you got that catchy name,
Right.
that's right. I completely agree. Yeah.
I mean, that's the
It's always
the
about
hook.
getting. They say with any product, it's about getting that catchy name first, and then going backwards from there.
It's like 7-minute abs. Yeah, who wants to do that?
Exactly.
That's right. So we're like, oh, well, we've come up with the name vMix. How are we going to use it? I mean, obviously initially wanted to have some kind of blender company that we could, food processing or, that
Yeah.
kind of thing. But Martin's like, oh, I don't know. I think this video mixing's got more of a future or, a little bit more of an exciting industry. So, he went that way. I had my choices, but, he went in a separate way. So what do you do?
So we got an OMG Tim from Maggie G, the Magster.
Triple G.
It's to him from Moody. You see that?
I'm going fast. Sorry.
Yes, that's very well done.
Yeah. I hope they did
See,
enjoy
the
your.
countdown was from the start of the show. It's not 5 minutes worth of the guest. It's 5 minutes worth of the overall X Keys experience. So as soon as that timer hit 0, I was on my timer ready to go. It's a real professional show down here in the bowels of the USA where I currently am.
All your
In the
fans
very
are chiming
deep
in.
south. I keep telling everybody, I'm like, you guys claim to be from the deep south, but this is nothing. This is absolutely nothing from where I'm from. So
Oh my god. It's true.
they don't really appreciate it all that much, surprisingly.
Right, right.
But
They're south.
There's
There's south of the border, and then
Yeah.
there's south of the equator, and then there's
somebody
south of the
asked if I was
Mason-Dixon
from
line.
Cancun.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Like, no. I think that's in Mexico. I can't be 100% sure. But, yeah, I'm not from Cancun, if anybody's wondering.
Let's see here. I'm
We're-
just throwing
you-
up some
all of-
comments.
All of your fans are,
Yeah.
are chiming in here.
Everyone's.
I managed to
loves it.
work out. I managed to get to our Facebook page. I was telling Dan and Miranda before that for some reason, I think probably Martin must have done something with our Facebook login, so probably would have kicked everybody out that was connected. So, because I tried to reconnect, it thinks I'm not in Australia anymore. So I had to get a security code, which goes to an email account that I don't have anywhere. So then I had to try and get the email account and organize that. So I had to remote desktop in, and then that was killing the call feed. And then so I had to switch to wireless, and then I think I got it up there in time with like 2 seconds to spare.
You know,
So,
I'm
Sounds
I'm monitoring.
I don't know.
I am monitoring Spiney's Facebook feed, and he did get the announcement that you got it up there. So, forward.
Good.
Also,
There you go.
I think
Hopefully
that one.
it's the right thing. I just was pressing buttons and hopefully shared somewhere. I don't know.
I think when I jammed the banana into the X keys, it also added a title for you. It's the number 4.
Oh, I must have missed that.
Try number 4.
Okay. I appreciate that.
It's,
I
yeah.
really do.
Well, you hopped from
I don't
Amsterdam
think it's a good thing to be a minister of, but yeah, it's,
because
it's
you hopped from
definitely a thing,
Amsterdam
though, that's for sure.
to Gold Coast and then back to the States in a matter of weeks, and then you went. Yeah.
That's a lot.
It's my excuse for being not on 100% of the time, like not being, festive and happy. It's just, yeah, that's anyway. I'm like this all the time. I'm not very nice most of the time, but yeah, it's just a matter of using that as an excuse as to why. But when I get back home, it doesn't really work out. I have like a couple of weeks leeway when I get back home. Like, oh, I'm still so jet lagged. I can't function. But yeah, in the meantime, it's kind of when I'm over here, it's a good excuse because I went from. I was in Europe for a couple of weeks after IBC finished, so I kind of totally acclimatized to the holiday lifestyle of Croatia and Italy and Germany and living the European holiday, and then came home for what felt like a week, and then flew back to New York, which is via Auckland and Houston, and it's like 26 hours or something. So
That's so much.
throwing it in the other direction. So yeah, and then so I'm kind of mostly all right now. I'm in Central Time now, so that's the best time, right?
Sure.
Yeah. We do have a question. You have it looks like
sure.
two questions from Maggie G.
Whoa, look out. So I hope everybody knows that I do actually watch this show on delay. I told Dan before that I go for I have a routine. I go for my Saturday morning run, then I go to McDonald's and I eat breakfast at McDonald's, for better or for worse, and then I watch the X Keys 5 Minute Friday in the corner of the McDonald's with a pair of headphones, looking like a real creep. So yeah, I should go to Tweed Heads to watch it.
You
but
should.
I don't. I go to the local McDonald's. Yeah.
I like it.
I've always
Right.
hoped that we'd have
Yeah.
viewers in Tweed Heads.
Maggie wants to. Oh my god. Maggie wants to know. So, how has this trip to the States been? NAB New York, a good show?
That's two questions.
Ooh.
I know it's a lot.
I'm gonna let. Well, yeah. Dan has experienced the New York NAB show, so
I have.
maybe you could ask him in private while we're not on air, so that I don't get into trouble with people. But I forgot to turn my air conditioner off, so I don't know whether you can hear that, but just kicked on. But
Okay.
the show's really small, so it's a very, very small show. So it's yeah, it's good for the New
Hey.
York market. So people that are looking in the eastern coast, is that what you call it? East coast?
East Coast?
So New York's a massive television market. So the people that you meet are probably, this is going to sound bad, of higher quality than the people that might, as a general rule. That sounds terrible.
That sounds horrible.
It really sounds bad.
So what I mean is like how am I going to explain this? So you have fewer people come by the booth, but they might be really high-ranking, network television executives or producers. So there's a lot higher percentage of those type of people that come by. Whereas, with something with Las Vegas, it's so much bigger. So you have a lot of people that want to check out the latest cameras, tripods, audio, switching gear, replay, all that kind of thing. So it's kind of a different crowd, really.
That makes sense.
Hopefully I cleared that up.
A little bit.
I just thought, while you're talking, I was gonna see if I could add my noise filter onto your input and see if it made a difference. Just a
Can you
fun.
hear the air conditioner?
We can,
Just a
so it'd be a
little
fun
bit.
thing to see if the noise filter knocks it out.
It's so unprofessional. I should have turned
It
it off.
is,
You know what?
but
It's-
we're live. Hey,
Whoa.
say
To be
something,
perfectly
Tim.
honest, there is no off button. Hello.
Yeah,
that-
yeah. It
that
did.
helped.
It helped a lot.
Okay.
There's a plug
Cool.
for
The magic of vMix.
and Waves Audio noise filter.
Oh, nice one. Yeah, I
Waves
use
Audio noise plugin. NS1.
Yeah, I can't remember which one I use at home, but yeah, I have the PC behind me, so the microphone kind of points to me, which also picks up the fan noise of the PC. So,
Right.
yeah, you can. I can't remember which one I use. It's one that everyone recommends, but yeah, it knocks it right out. It's super impressive.
Nice.
It is, and we still hear it a little bit, but it's a lot better than when you first came on. When am I-
To be perfectly honest, there's no off button on the air conditioning unit. It's either auto or not. So it just turns on when it wants to.
Gotcha.
That's fair. Newsfan77 wants to know if there's any feedback from vMix 23 testers yet.
There has been plenty of feedback. With something that's as technical as the SRT support, which is trying to send secure, reliable point-to-point video from here to wherever or here to down the street. There's a lot of different things to keep in mind that will that need to be tested by a lot of different people. So, and when you add new ways to send video, it can interrupt ways or ways that video was routed initially. Yeah, there's been tons of things that people have picked up where, obviously some of them are their fault, some of them may be our problem. So it's just a matter of working out, where the issues lie and then fixing them. So there's already been like 2 or 3 updates on the beta since it was released on like 2 days ago. So
Oh, wow.
I don't think Martin slept in like 3 days. So I'm glad I'm not home right now. That's all I can say.
Rudy says people were asking for SRT and then they don't know how it works.
That's it's a great observation. We've implemented that protocol for people that kind of have begged us and really asked for it recently, and so we've added it so those people will hopefully be able to enjoy it. But it's when you add new features, people just try and find ways to add it to their production, regardless of whether they need it or not. So
Right.
Gotcha.
yeah, it's fun to play around with, but the chances are the vast majority of people probably don't need something like that. So yeah,
Fair enough.
it'll be a bit of a learning curve. And when you release a beta, you don't really want to release documentation or like video tutorials about how it works, because you don't really have the final implementation until the piece of software is finally released. So if you make a video about a feature in the beta that's there or not there, or you need to fix it, you have to redo all the videos and redo all of the information. So yeah, it's hard to kind of release a beta with some new technology. People don't really understand it until
Right.
you kind of release it. Then you can explain it. So it's a bit of a
A little bit of a
hard
headache.
situation, but that's how it is. Yeah.
Oh, that's fun.
But yes, Rudy, you are correct.
Um,
How is Belgium this time of day, night? I don't know what time is it in Belgium?
How many hours are they behind us?
no idea.
There's 2 questions for you, Rudy. How's Belgium and how many hours behind us are you?
I like it.
It's 11:20 here
I wore
Yep.
my
in the morning.
I wore my Banana Man shirt on Tom's show
At the
the other
show.
day, and the only person that understands who Banana Man is or can appreciate it is Martin Steed.
Martin Steed,
and he's
yeah.
unavailable to
Wow.
make the show. So it went probably luckily went unnoticed that I had a Banana Man shirt on, so it was good. But for those that are watching that want to know a bit more about Banana Man, you can Google it or YouTube it. It's a wonderful show.
It is a good show.
It's about a schoolboy named Eric who, when he eats a banana, he turns into Banana Man and he fights crime.
Ooh.
It's fantastic.
It is 5:21 p.m. Rudy says,
Just like happy hour in Belgium right now.
enjoy a beer for
Perfect
us.
time,
A
yeah.
pint. I mean,
I think we should get turned into like the X Keys beer 5 minutes. Or that doesn't really have a good ring to it. But
It seems to come up every week if Diedeker's here or not. One
you
thing
can
that
totally sample beers just on a Friday afternoon and stream it.
I mean, I'm not opposed to that idea.
we could go live from Old
I
Nation.
don't see why
I'm
that
really
would
not
happen.
opposed to
remote
that idea.
production.
You're still streaming. You can still use X Keys for the production, and you can talk about different things. And,
Yeah.
just talk about. I think this might be a new direction that you
We
can.
should just
you
move
can
the
go in,
studio
maybe
over to
2020s.
Old Nation.
We
I'm sure they'd
should.
let us set up in the back there.
I mean, we're
So
buds
That would
with,
be awesome.
Camilla.
though.
We could
That
do
would
it.
be really cool to have that there.
And have deep fried green beans on call. Yeah.
That'd be delicious.
Oh yeah, And they could bring it out, and it's part of advertising. You'd have like a co-sponsorship type thing, and
Yeah.
No, there's another
yeah,
spot over here. We
I
could
think
put a
you would encourage a
donation.
lot more real life guests as well if you actually do that. You'd have a lot more people coming to visit the show
Never know
for
what guests
sure.
you're gonna get.
Oh, you
Well, that
you
might
got
be a
that one queued
problem as
up.
well. I don't know what the crowd is like. Old Nation on a Friday morning.
Amen. This is
Hey, Eamon knows Banana Man for sure.
And then he
Yeah,
says, where do
he's
you
the
get it?
best.
I want one.
I think I got it off eBay. Some guy
the
on the
t-shirt.
coast it actually arrived from someone on the Gold Coast that I bought it from. He prints shirts and he prints Banana Man shirts. So it like
Nice.
arrived, within a day. I'm like, sweet. I'm taking this to America. So, yeah.
He also says, I totally
Thanks,
want a
Dr. Will.
Banana Man t-shirt, Tim. It was my favorite cartoon when I was a kid growing up in Newbridge with all of
V
three
VHF
VHS.
channels.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I know. All of those shows, Super Ted and Banana Man, and yeah, all those shows that were on growing
Skippy the
up on
bush
ABC.
kangaroo.
All the great shows. Yeah, Skippy's like an older sort of older show. It's like from the '60s, I think.
And Blinky Bill.
So
Is
it's a little
Blinky Bill
bit
gone
older.
now?
Oh, Blinky Bill, of course. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So yeah, that's a bit of an Australian television history lesson for you. I'm sure everybody wants to know about that. But
Another
as Rudy
question.
discovered or told us, Skippy's from all around the world.
Yeah. Another question from Maggie G. Are there any new features we should know about that are X key specific? And she heard a rumor that you're supporting our standalone T-bar module already.
There's is there a standalone T-bar module?
There is one
There
prototype,
is.
and there are more in the
Right,
making.
okay. I wanted to make sure that I was not allowed.
Well, I mean, you guys
I was
were about 2
allowed or not
years.
allowed to talk to something that did or didn't exist. That's all.
You guys were 2 years ahead of the schedule on getting the replay supported. We did
Yeah.
appreciate that, but
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, if there's half a chance of, X keys working, why not chuck it in there?
right, right.
Why not? But I
Tommy.
believe so. I think the T-bars, I think that's been done for a little while. It's just been sitting on Martin's desk. He was like, "Do you want to take this?"
He,
I'm like, I don't really have a need for it right now. So it's just it's sitting on his desk.
he
So
helped us
I think it
uncover a
works.
bug. He helped us uncover a bug in the firmware. We're
Yeah.
very grateful to him for that.
Ah,
Yeah.
So, question
yep.
from Tommy Willis.
What does Tim think about automation for vMix, which is being taught on Walls,
WOLS, World of
WLS?
Live
I
Streaming.
haven't had much. Yeah, I haven't had much time in the last few months to sit down and check out what they're doing in regards to the automation, but more power to them. A lot of people say, "Oh, we need TV scheduling, we need automation, we need all this, set play out and all that kind of thing," and it's not something that vMix was ever really built for. Like we didn't really envision running a TV network using
Yeah.
vMix type thing. So, people have asked a lot for, scheduling and automation and stuff in the past, and it's a big project and it's mission critical. So if we say that vMix can now run your local TV station with ad insertion and playback and, live and all that kind of stuff, we have to make sure that it works. And it's a massive project to make sure that it's going to be all fully functional. So it's something that sits in the back of our mind as a possibility in the future, maybe, but it's not something that's on the immediate roadmap. So people have got the capabilities of using the API and creating their own scripting and programming to build their own. So
Cool.
fully encourage people to go ahead and do that, so we don't have to.
When I was corresponding with Casper from BusyWorks this morning about him not being on the show, my fault, of course. He sent me a video that he made about how he uses X keys, and one of the first things he says is that they use vMix. I mean, they're an audio
Okay.
business. They do mixes, custom music for dance parties and things like that, I believe. But he said they use it to
Hmm.
bring, if they have somebody that they would like to have in the studio but can't be there, they use it to bring them in.
Cool.
We can ask him more
Oh,
about
all
that
right,
next
cool.
week. Yeah. And
Wow.
before we end, sometime before we're done with this, we do want to talk a little bit about Adobe Max.
Oh yeah.
But
I'm hopping on a plane soon. Do you want to just talk about it now since you brought it up?
Nice.
sure, sure. And there's comments that there's the chat is blowing up
Yep.
here.
We'll ask some. Well, we'll bring some more up here in a
You're
minute.
you're a popular guest, sir.
Well, how about you shift to a full screen shot of Miranda, and I'm going to turn off my air conditioner. How's that sound?
All right.
Okay,
Uh, well, it's gonna be both of us.
that'll work.
But yeah, so I am actually heading to Adobe Max next Friday, and so I've been working on a new XK80 layout for Photoshop, which, as if you don't know, it's an Adobe product, and I've been using it literally every day, and I love it, and it's amazing. And I'm really excited to take it to Adobe Max and like, because I think there's like 15,000 people that go, so I'll actually get to show it off to a lot of people because you get to meet a ton of people there. And thank you, Vanna.
I'll flip a letter.
Yo, but it's a really great conference. It should be a lot of fun. All colorful and fun like that. Oh, Spiny's still there.
Spiney's still there. He
Spiney's
wants to
coming
go.
with me.
He wants to go.
Bye, Spiny.
And you went last year.
I did go last year. That was my first year. It was a great experience. There's a lot that I learned personally and that I can apply to the company, and talked a lot about X keys to different people, and then actually got to talk with, created contacts with them. So I've talked this past year with them, and hopefully they'll be there too,
So you get to reacquaint yourself with
Yes.
those peeps.
and meet new people, which is always fun.
And so next week, Maggie is coming on with me, and we have Casper from BusyWorks, I promise, this week.
Sure, sure.
Going to show us how they use X keys in their audio productions. And we get to ask him questions, have
Yeah.
fun, and then the week after that, you're back, right?
Maybe. I get back really late, so I was kind of not gonna come in the next day. I was taking a vacation day, so I might be gone for
But
2 weeks.
but the following Friday, you'll be back, right?
Yes.
To give us a report.
Oh yeah,
on
I'll give you
WMAX?
guys a full report.
Okay,
It'll be
so
fun.
there's Dedeker, if you're watching the replay, I don't see you in the chat. If you're watching the replay, there's the next 2 weeks. Okay, BusyWorks and Adobe Max.
Yep.
I'm covered.
Yep.
Is Tim still with us?
I believe so.
Yes,
Yeah, he's
He
still
is.
here.
he is.
Oh.
All right.
That's good. 'Cause
I
there's-
like that pause after Miranda said, you'll be back, and she's like, So I get the feeling that you might want to check how much luggage she's taking to this conference, because I'm not sure that she's
Well-
coming back, guys. I did break it to you. She's
See,
cutting
LA's
losses.
fun, but I definitely would never want to live there. So no offense to anybody that lives there, but no. Thank you.
Look
It's
at
not
you
my scene.
defending all the people in Los Angeles.
I know.
Oh, man.
It
I'm a
doesn't seem
Michigan
like
girl at heart.
That whole demographic just left.
Yeah.
Can't help it.
Yeah.
I'm a Michigan girl at
A
heart.
little bit of time there, and it's crazy. Like, I tried driving in Los Angeles, and it's the worst afternoon of my life. I would never ever do it again.
I took a few Ubers and that scared me enough. I would never drive there, ever.
Yeah.
So you're
I-
brave. You're brave for.
I did live there
driving.
for about a year.
Stupid
know
is a
that.
better word I would describe.
Yeah. I was out in Hollywood when I was trying to be a screenwriter. Amon says
Yeah,
hi.
I'm still trying to get a copy of that movie.
Oh, I'll
I've
put,
looked it up. I can't get it in Australia.
I think they banned it down there.
Oh, okay.
There's drinking in it, and I don't think they allow you to show drinking in Australia. Isn't that the case?
Ah, okay.
So I've heard. Anyway,
Nice.
Yeah, that's right.
Amon is suggesting a new career
Cool.
for me, my next career.
Oh, let's see. I don't know where that is.
Which is
Go for it. Did I pass it? There's a lot of comments on here.
Part-time hand model.
It's true.
oh, there you go. There's openings. There's always openings I hear in the live streaming business for good, high quality hand models.
Dan's plugging my movie. Thank you, Dan.
Yep,
Postmark Paradise.
I've watched it. It's pretty good.
Available
That's it.
in your Amazon bargain bin now.
It's not in Australia though.
Not in Australia. Not available in Australia. And be careful if you try to get it into the
That's the
country
thing that-
because if they catch you with that in your luggage,
It
back to the
kicked out.
States.
It kicked out.
Yep.
What else do we have?
Yeah,
we have
I tried.
so many
That's the
comments.
one thing that I forgot that I was going to send to like an Amazon locker here so I could actually go and pick it up, but I totally forgot. And now it's too late. So next time.
Hashtag
When I'm
thanks,
in Las
Martin.
Vegas, I'll send Postmark Paradise to to the local 7-Eleven. I will risk my life in order to go to that 7-Eleven, and then I will get it out of the Amazon locker and I'll watch it. Maybe we'll play it on loop at the VMix booth next year.
There you go.
Hey,
Maybe you should come to Las Vegas next year and do like a screenwriters, like a thing.
I
You
could
know, like
just-
how they have Game of Thrones and Star Wars in those big like Avid conventions.
I could just come and
upstairs
hype
at
a
NAB.
10-year-old
We can have one
DVD.
for
Yeah.
Postmarks Paradise.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe I can get Tan2 Cardinal to make a guest appearance.
Wow. I don't think we've got that kind of cash.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry.
Part-time. Part-time. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm on saying part-time.
Part-time. I guess I don't have the skills to be a full-time hand model, but part-time. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Understood.
Tommy is reminding you to order more mouse pads, I believe.
No, news
Maybe that was
fan.
Newsfan.
News fan.
Tim,
77.
order more mouse pads.
There's never
been-
enough. There's never
you've
enough to
always
go
been
Been
around.
reminded. Not sure what that's referring to.
What? Oh, that one. Miranda equals banana
Banana
girl. I don't know.
I don't know.
What's this
What
one?
is
We might
this
have a
one?
new
I
member
should
for
read
the
this.
Streaming Mascots Alliance.
Okay.
So that's
Oh,
exciting.
really? That's fun.
Mm.
Tommy wants to know if I'll still pop in using VMix call. If they'll have me, Tommy, I don't know.
Maybe. We might have him every now and then.
Oh, here you go, Tim. Petra wants to know how she can become a VMix hand model. Is there an application for that?
There's like there is, yeah, there's like a 40-page dossier that you can send to her.
In a thorough review of your
A
Facebook
lot of
profile.
qualifications, yeah.
I can
you
give
need
it
like a
to-
7-year degree, I think, in order to qualify. So
It's a Flight of the Conchords
It's
reference.
a Flight of the Conchords reference. You could be a
Ah.
part-time hand model.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh, I love the Conchords.
I
So
do know that song. Yes.
I am-
Yes. Wow.
I feel
You
bad
are
that
digging deep,
I missed that reference.
digging real
I'm
deep
sorry.
on a Saturday morning in Melbourne. Are you still up, Eamon? Honestly, are you
Yeah.
still up from Friday night?
No,
That's my
Amon
question. to
he
you.
most likely is.
Well, I'm going to assume yes, but
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
I
It
don't
could
know.
We'll
be a
see if he
robot.
answers.
Yeah.
We'll
Either
see if
that
he
or
Totally
this.
be a robot.
or a hologram. You never know.
Hologram.
Maybe.
Never know.
Yeah. Who knows?
What do we have? Another comment from Newsfan.
Thanks for your hard work and dedication to the end users. I don't even own VMix, but I think you and Martin are great guys that truly something. Fill in the blanks.
All right, so you don't own VMix.
Cool.
Do you own an X Keys? What are you doing here? I really am curious now.
Just hanging out.
Well, I guess
Hey, we love
we
it.
are the fun crowd. So,
It's true.
You've got to fix up your VMix social to add more characters
We do.
so it doesn't cut off.
so it doesn't cut
Yeah,
off.
you should do
Yeah.
that
Oh,
right now.
I haven't.
Right
Right
now.
now.
Is that a feature in the last
Yeah, well,
issue
you're
of
gonna forget the next
22,
one.
or do I have to upgrade to the beta of 23
No,
for
no, it's
that?
been around for ages.
Ages.
Okay,
We're behind times.
we are.
In vMix Social itself, you can set the number of characters. So, for example, like when Twitter was 140, you could set it to 140 or 200 and something. Or if you didn't want really long YouTube comments, you could set it to 200 and
10.
something,
10. I think you
which will
get
cover
10,
most of them,
maybe 11. You could go to 11.
right? Well, you could go to 11, I guess. Yeah.
Iman says it's only 2:30 a.m. So he's up, of course. Why wouldn't he be?
Oh, man.
And News
Fair enough.
Fan says I've tried vMix but haven't purchased. I use Blackmagic ATEM switcher. All right. Try your hand
Maybe
with
they do use
an
X
X
keys.
keys.
Maybe he does use next keys with that. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Fun.
And Amon for his birthday posted a picture of his new Tesla, which looks freaking amazing.
Does look pretty sweet.
And after I was checking that out, YouTube, in its infinite wisdom, knew I was into Teslas, so it threw up a video of this girl converting her Tesla into a truck. She called it Truckla.
Oh,
haven't
yeah,
seen that-
Simone Gertz.
Simone, yeah. That was an awesome video if you haven't seen that.
Yeah.
Actually, even if you have seen it, it's still an awesome video.
Petra says I think X keys should have hand models too. So we actually do.
Oh, yeah.
It's me.
We do. It used to be
You
me
need to make
because
more of a thing about it.
it used to be me because I took the pictures of our products, and if we needed a hand in them, I would just put my hand in and snap the picture.
My hand's a little
Now
prettier
it's
though.
Miranda's. Yeah.
It's not as hairy. No offense.
No.
No,
Uh,
offense taken. That's right.
I think I'm still the foot model though. The pictures of our foot pedals, I
we
think it's
still have a
still
few-
my foot.
Oh,
We still have a few of your
It was a good foot.
foot on there, feet on there.
I'm glad you're wearing a shoe though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you think Sasquatch was
Any
stepping on
need
that
for a
thing.
shoeless, yeah,
What was that?
shoeless foot stomp.
These emails aren't going to answer themselves unless VMix can work out some AI stuff. Okay. And
Yes.
I think I got him unconvinced to check out the Truckla video.
Nice.
So I expect your Tesla to be a
You-
Ute next time I check in with you.
That's right. Yeah. How else is he going to fit his cases of VB in the back of his, front and back of his Tesla? He's going to have to
Right.
get a Ute for all of that. Yeah.
Jeez.
I have a recommendation. If anybody that does want to watch my movie Postmark Paradise, that you watch it in a double feature with Danny Deckchair. Because Danny Deckchair is
Wow.
awesome, Aussie film.
Dan's favorite Aussie film.
It is. I never did shave my fingers before a shoot, Amen. I just
Me
figured,
either.
you know. Yeah.
This
Because
is the problem. As soon as you introduce a second Australian, things just go downhill very quickly.
with or without white socks. I believe that was with Petra on that one.
Okay.
And we had, I think, one of my favorite moments in IBC this year was when we were hanging out in the vMix booth, and your buddy Tim Kelly walked in, and Martin said, "Oh, Dan probably knows Tim. Dan knows everybody in Australia." And within about 30 seconds, I'd made the connection.
It was crazy.
Blew Tim's mind. That his dad works for my best buddy's brother.
That is crazy.
And they sent selfies back home, and everybody's like, "Yeah, I know him. He's this person." And yeah,
Yeah,
we're best
yeah.
friends. And
We blew a lot of minds there.
So,
that
yeah,
that a guy from
Dan
Michigan
literally
and
knows everyone in Australia.
one from
I mean, it
Australia
sounds
could
like
meet
it.
in Amsterdam and find a connection. Yeah,
That's crazy.
fun stuff. And he even went bowling with us. He was part of the speed bowl team.
He did, yeah.
Nice.
Indeed, he was.
Oh, well, I think we've come near the end of another fine episode. a
5
5 minute
minutes.
Friday. Tim, I owe you big time for bailing me out on screwing up the date with
That's
Busy
all right.
Works. If ever I can return the favor, you
Yeah.
guys, get stuck and need somebody on Funtime Live or on your blog or something,
Sure.
I'd be happy.
Yeah. If
Or,
you want to be on
or
a professional vlog, then yeah,
if you don't want
I'll let you
me,
know.
I'd get somebody like Miranda to come on to help you out. So
I'm sure I could
Not with
pencil in my
Miranda's
schedule.
Miranda's fancy hands just won't cut it, I don't think. So
Thanks.
all
sorry,
right,
no offense or anything like that, but it's just a bit too, too good for the
I'm too
yeah,
professional.
too professional. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm looking for.
Maggie says bye,
Pass my
and
regards on to Maggie, Liam, Phil, Alexis, Michael,
oh,
Patty,
hey,
and whomever
I've
else I've forgotten.
I forgot. Liam said he really owes you and Martin a big apology. I don't know what it was, but
Yeah.
something he said that he was
Oh, hilarious. Yeah.
that he said he really need to apologize
Tell him
for.
he can shout me a plate of deep fried green beans next time in Williamston.
All right, all
Oh,
right.
and
Oh, what else we have?
FYI, Maggie's calling on karaoke this afternoon, so be
Be
prepared.
prepared.
Nice. How's this, Maggie? I know that you can hear me through the internet. I was at a barbecue place just across the road from here in downtown Fairhope, Alabama. And Saturday night, well, I leave on Saturday morning, but on Saturday night there is a Islands in the Stream, Dolly Parton and Kenny Rogers lookalike competition. And I am
Oh,
absolutely heartbroken that I'm not going to be here for it. Just absolutely devastated. My brother, I sent a picture to my brother, who's a big, Kenny Rogers fan, and he said, "Why are you even contemplating not staying?" So he wants me to change my flight so that I can stick around for it.
Oh my
But
gosh.
yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to. But that would be. I really want to witness that. But yeah, yep.
That's
Maybe another time.
awesome.
I'll have to come back next year for it, I think.
one last thing. There goes Spiny. I hope you saw him wave before he bowed out. All right, we're out of here.
Cool.
Thanks again,
Alrighty.
Tim. Always fun
See you
hanging with
later.
you.
Thank you.
See you soon.
See you
Bye.
later.
Good night.
Bye.